5 suspects accused of helping Thabo Bester escape from prison will know today if they will remain behind bars or not. Magistrate Mohlolo Khabisi is expected to make a ruling on their bail application. But the former G4S wardens and a CCTV technician have argued that they are not a flight risk and should be granted bail. But the state has opposed that. eNCA senior reporter Silindelo Masikane is at the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court right now. She is joining us live right now. Of course, as I understand, Slee, and good morning once again. We're edging closer and closer to that announcement by Magistrate Khabisi.
Certainly so. Just under an hour until we are expecting the magistrate to deliver his ruling in the bail applications of the 5 co-accused in the Thabo Bester escape saga. Just last week we heard from the Free State Provincial Police Commissioner who promised that there were still more arrests which were going to be made pertaining to the escape of Thabo Bester from the Mangaung Correctional Center. But at this point, 8 people arrested, including Thabo Bester. And of course, we know that one of the accused, Dr. Nandipa's father, has already been granted bail of 10,000 rand back in April after an agreement was reached between his lawyer as well as the state. However, the 5 co-accused, which are mainly those who were working at the Mangaung prison, as well as a CCTV technician, they've applied for bail, while Dr. Nandipa herself has actually reserved her right to apply for bail at a later stage. She's actually filed urgent court application papers in the Free State High Court. Her matter is going to be heard later this week, where she wants the court to deem her arrest in Tanzania as unlawful, as well as set aside her arrest and legal proceedings against her. But at this point, we are already starting to see some family members of the accused making their way to court, and of course political parties as well, who've been quite vocal in their anger or expressing their disappointment and shock at what has transpired in terms of the escape and the people involved. One of those political parties being Action SA. Of course, we also understand that they've laid charges against the state in terms of the violation of Katlego Bereng's body, who was used to be planted in Bester cell. Thank you so much for your time, Chairperson. Maybe just talk to me about the past 3 weeks. We've really heard a lot of evidence with regards to why the accused should be released, but I understand, as Action SA, you believe that the interests of justice don't permit their release. How come?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. You know, for the past 3 weeks that we've been here every day, it has really been an emotional, a deep emotional, affecting individually. This morning I happened to speak with the father before, and they are deeply affected by this matter. You can just imagine this matter is of a national interest. Everybody is affected. And as an Action SA, we do believe that these people, they don't deserve, though it's their right, but this matter is so serious that they don't deserve to be given the bail. Our reason being that their safety also, people, because if this court of law can allow them to go out of this gate, which means that will be more question about the integrity of our justice system. And I'm worried because people in Mangaung, they are unhappy about what happened to Katlego. So people will do what they want to do outside there. So for their safety, let them be kept in jail here. I do understand some of them, they say that they are having kids. But the most important thing that we need to remember, all of them, they've been 3 or 4 weeks in custody, and the primary care of their children, they are with the mother of those kids, so they don't deserve to be outside, because definitely that is going to make a mockery of our justice system.
Maybe then talk to me about the case you've laid against the state. Is there an update with regards to the charges that you've laid, and perhaps when we could see that matter going to court as well?
I've been trying to phone the investigation officer regarding this matter. They say they are busy investigating, but they will keep us posted, because the other thing that I've just written to the FICA, because we do understand Thabo Bester had about 817 million into his bank account. I'm not going to mention the bank, but I've also written to the Commissioner of FICA to tell me how did he manage to have such a money into his banking account. So, it's like you said, this matter, this is just a drop in an ocean now. More investigations needs to come on. But at the end of the day, this morning I've spoken to Katlego's mother. She's in hospital. You can understand how everybody is so emotional. What we want justice. Who killed Katlego Bereng? That is all that we want. These people here, they still have to answer. So for their safety, let them be kept in jail.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that is the chairperson of Action SA here in the Free State, Ms. Patricia Kotane, just giving us a sense as to the sentiments here on the ground with regards to the possible release of the accused on bail. She spoke a little bit about what we've heard in terms of the opposition of bail from the state. They did cite the saying that the interests of justice in terms of the confidence of the public's trust in the justice system could be could be hampered if these accused are released, also citing that the safety of the accused could also be at risk, and that possibly if they are released, that could end in public disorder. So at this point, we're just anticipating to see what exactly the magistrate is going to say with regards to the bail decision. Will all of them be released on bail? Will some be released? Those are just some of the questions that we're asking ourselves here as we anticipate those proceedings to begin just after 12 o'clock this afternoon.
We'll wait, of course, and hear what Magistrate Mohlolo Khabisi has to say out in court. See, that's where we leave it for. And now, until, of course, we come back to you with the very latest coming from outside court. That's the bail application hearing today, but also the judgment which will be granted. That decision by Magistrate Khabisi will be, of course, announced today, this afternoon, just after 12, according to my colleague Silindelo Masikane, as to whether or not the 5 co-accused in the Thabo Bester escape saga will be granted that bail.